Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Sky Knight, and today I have a Touken Ranbu deck profile for you. This time I'm going with the Homare ability, or as I like to call it, MVP, because that's what it was in Japan, and it just sounds better. This build I'm not too familiar with, or I don't really like it as much, but by the time I'm going to put this video up, I'll probably have playtested it multiple times because that's what I do. But most of the deck is, if not all of it, is Homare MVP. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's when you hit, just pretty much it's on hit. When you hit, you gain some insane ability, and you cannot use another Homare ability for the rest of that turn. So it's a one and done, and it's spread across. It's really for all cards that have it for that turn. So I guess it's like a final gambit because you can't use any more abilities that have MVP in it. It's interesting. But anyways, let me show you what I'm working with. For my starters, I have Midare Toshiro Toku. There was another starter that I had, which was Yamanbagiri Kunihiro. They both were MVP centric, or Homare centric, I should say. But I went with her because when your grade 3 or greater unit, when this boosts a unit that is grade 3 or greater, if that attack did not hit, you pair the cost, which is a Counter Blast 1 and a Soul Blast 1. You throw her into the Soul, and you choose one of the rear guards with the Homare ability, and you restand it. So I chose it because there's an interaction with one of my rear guards, which allows me to restand. So if I have any crits power on one of the other rear guards, I can apply some more pressure, and that's why I really like her. I think I may even bump her up to 2 after this deck profile because she is actually extremely powerful. Like, really, really powerful. So I may bump her up to 2. Next, we'll go top down. For my grade 3s, I'm running 4 of that Toku and 3 Hotarumaru Tokus. So, Shoku Daikiri Mitsadura, you may have remembered him from BAM, the critical trigger. He got upgraded to a grade 3, which is nice. I actually enjoyed seeing older units hop into a different grade. So when your G unit strides its turn, choose up to 1 card from your hand and call it to the rear guard. The unit called with this effect gets plus 5,000. So I can call with any unit that I want. And then here's the kicker: choose one of your units with the Homare ability, and it gets 5,000 to the end of turn. So the card unit gets 5,000, and then from there I could choose a unit and it gets plus 5,000 with the MVP ability. So perfect. That's a 10k boost split into 2. Perfect. An absolute perfect card. And then Hotarumaru Toku. As you see, I'm running 7 grade 3s because I found out that I only have 3 of these, so I had to adjust the deck proper. I would rather run this at 4. When this unit attacks, it's Generation Break 1 on Van or Rear Guard with the MVP ability. When it attacks and it hits the Vanguard, to pay that cost with the Counter Blast 1. If I do pay that cost, choose one of my rear guards and stand it. All units in same, and stand all units, rear guard units in the same column as that. So this card's really good. So if I attack with this dude and it hits, I can choose a rear guard in any column, and I can restand all units within that column, including if he is boosted. I can choose the boosted unit that is rested, stand it, which make Hotarumaru Toku restand to attack again, which is excellent, especially if he has a crit on it and he's just bah, and he's got bah bah. It's great, absolutely great. Unfortunately, again, Homare, so I can't loop his ability unless there was a way to put him in a bind zone and bring him back to make him a different unit. But that's left for Gear Chronicle because they get all the cool cards. Sad. Alright, here's my grade 2 units. And this is where things get interesting because I decided to break it up. Enough traditional norms. So right now I have 4 Heshikiri Hasabe. Here's the 4th one. He has the Homari ability as well. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you pay the cost, which is a counterblast 1, and I get to stand him. And until the end of turn, he gets plus 2k, and he gets a continuous ability that this unit cannot attack a Vanguard, sad panda, but instead can attack an opponent's unit in the back row. So I can attack pesky starters, I can attack Laurels if they're there. So it's a nice trade-off. Again, I can't hit a Vanguard, but that's what this suit is for. But I can start attacking units in the back row, which again, clearing out opponents' units is always perfect. So next, I'm running 3 of these, and that is Nagitsune Toku. He has a Homari ability. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, I may pay the cost, which is a counterblast 1, and throw him into the soul. If I do, it's a counterblast 1. If I do, soul charge 1, and choose up to 1 card from my hand and call it to the rear guard. And if I call the unit, I draw a card. So again, this dude is great. He gets replaced. And unfortunately, I have to call a card before I draw a card. Terrible. But I can replace him to get another attack. Unfortunately, the attack was going to be without ability because he has a Homari ability. So, you know, it's a trade-off for just another pressured attack, really. Lastly, I'm running two copies of each. Same card, different names, though. Yamatono Kami Yasudua and himself as a Toku. So I decided to split these 2 cards up because they both have several different functions, but they work the same way. So as an active ability, they have the Shikin Hisatsu ability. But when you activate their abilities, both with the Counterblast 1, they both gain power respectively. So this gains 3k, this gains 2k. And then they acquire the Homari ability. So again, still within the theme. So when this dude hits, a Vanguard, I pay the cost, which is choose a card from the drop zone and put on the bottom of the deck, and I get the counter charge 1. And this dude, when it hits, I choose a card from my hand, discard it, and then I draw 2 cards. So draw, counter charge, and cycling cards from my drop zone. So excellent around. Some people may say that he's stronger because I get to call, but again, it's all about utility and managing resources in this deck. For my grade 1s, simple, very simple. 4 Kotetsu Saimonjis, unflipping perfect guards, because this deck goes through Counterblast. This clan goes through Counterblast pretty hard. With the random space that I had because I had 7 grade 3s, I bumped up the Stride Enablers to 4 instead of the normal 3. Also, the Stride Enabler gives 5,000 to a grade 4 unit, and the Homari ability, which is perfect. Nope, hold on, 4. Right. So next, I'm running. This is actually one of my non-Homari abilities because there wasn't enough. I'm running this dude, Kasen Kanesada Toku, 7k. He's a continuous Generation Break 1. Seeking his ability, he gets plus 2k, it makes him a 9k booster. That is why he's there. I could have had the 8k vanilla, which may be better in the short term, but in the long term, I would find this to be better as for a 9k. And last, 4 copies of this Homari ability. Yaman Bagiri Kunihiro Toku. When this boosts a unit with the Homari ability, I may have this unit himself get plus 6k into the end of the battle, and then if I do, I put him into the soul. So pretty much, he becomes a 13k booster, and then he leaves. So I really actually do like that card, to be honest. Fuels the soul, which this deck incredibly needs, and then can attempt to force in a Homari ability. So like if I have Hotaru Maru, 13, 11 makes it a 24 on its own. My trigger lineup is extremely simple. It's a 8-4-4. Again, 4 draw triggers, best draw trigger in the whole game. There was, well, I'll talk about that later. G-Zone 3-2, because I feel like it's standard and it just works, and gotta manage the soul and the counterblast at the same time. Most decks won't have to manage the soul or they have to manage a counterblast. This deck has to manage both. High risk, high reward, I guess. Rest of the G-Zone, 4 Iwatushis. He's my Vermilion. Helps keep the pressure on my opponent. It's a very simple G-Zone, to be honest. 4 Surumaru Kuninagas. Again, returning cards back from my drop zone. Again, it's a very, very simple deck. And then the GRs. This one can be extremely insane. So this is actually going to be my finisher. And if I can't finish him, this will be my finisher. So it's pretty much going to this loop, fill my field, wipe, 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 try to kill, try to kill. And that's pretty much it. That is the deck. Now, I know some of you are wondering, why didn't I put in Hotaru Maru? And Hotaru Maru himself is his own deck. And I almost had him in, and I was looking at him, and I was trying to figure it out. But he really is his own deck, especially when you got the stand triggers that function with him. And again, you can make plays with the grade 1 Stride Enabler, because the Stride Enabler gives a unit a Homari ability. But it's Hotaru Maru, and the deck is just centric around that, and you can try to do insane plays with it. But this was not this one. Maybe I'll try to build that. At some point, maybe I'll build a Hotaru Maru deck. But again, guys, that is a deck. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. Catch you guys later. Bye.